catch a foot when I drive. Big pressure, I apply. In the ring, you won't survive. Yeah, I swerve when I drive. Yeah, I swerve when I drive.
Let's talk to me. Yeah. Welcome to another edition of Hassel's Review. And this week, we're not doing a true unboxing so much as we are doing a review of 2023 Marvel Legends 5-pack Stryfe. So, this was a guy that, when this 5-pack initially come out, it was through the roof, people. It was about, I don't know, I want to say it was ranging around 90 to 120 bucks. Monster could correct me. He knows better than I do. I just remember it being pricey, like pricey. Then the bottom fell out because no one bought it, and it wound up in Ross and Marshall's. Various, I think Ollie's might have got some. I didn't find it in none of them. I want to say I got the random out of the 5-pack. I want to say Monster found it at one of his shops up there in Ohio and mailed it to me. And then now I bought Stryfe, finally. I do have the original Marvel Legends Stryfe. We'll showcase him as well. I kind of want to compare the two a little bit. He is still MOC, people, and I'm leaving him MOC. He typically resides on my wall or next to a cable. But I did want to kind of put them side by side and just kind of see, did we reuse the body and just put a different head? Because there's no doubt a different head. But I am curious, did we use the same body? Is it, just a new mold on a different head? Or did they actually go the nines and, do a new full body as well? So we will dive into that per se, so to speak. So, with that being said, why don't we go and get into my POV cam and check these toys out and dive into 2023 Stryfe. All right, guys. Well, here he is, the star of the show. 2023 Marvel Legends 5-pack Stryfe. So, like I said, I've wanted this guy for some time because Stryfe is one of my favorite X-Men villains due to the fact of Executioner's song. It's pretty legit. I was a little worried about this head, I'm going to be honest. Because don't get me wrong, this is a look that didn't exactly carry very well as far as helmet-wise. But they've done a great job here. A lot of detail, as you can see. You even got the stubble and the beard. I like that. You got the darkness around the eyes. Pretty decent cape they've done. I mean, you can see that in there. It's a little, but it gives it that 90s, because for some reason in the 90s, everybody had these capes that kind of come up and down. That's very Spanish type. So the thing about this guy, he initially came in the pack. He came with some alternate hands. I did not get the alternate hands. Even on the secondary market without the alternate hands, this guy still fetches commands a pretty hefty price. I want to say I paid 25 bones for this guy, which, I mean, that's not exactly hefty per se, but for a single loose, when you start getting above 20 bucks, to me, it starts getting a little, there is some flaws in his, I don't know, it's the paint or the plastic, so to speak. And maybe it's designed that way. It don't have that clear sheen, but I don't think it's designed that way. I think this is resin flaws myself. But what I know, I've almost spent 23 years in plastics. So, pretty damn solid. It looks good to me. I do kind of want to see him side by side. So I'm going to post a visual real quick of a side-by-side of him out of the box, just a mock-up picture. We'll put it right here of him and the original here. So you guys can kind of see what we're looking like. But I'm going to pull this guy out right here. So this was the first one that come out, and this was 2014 Build-A-Figure Jubilee. As you can see, substantially different head. The head does not have, you got a little bit of stubble, but not the detail just isn't very good. And that look there, they just didn't pull it off very well. One of the things I like best about this figure, though, over that one, is this guy right here. If you are a fan of Executioner's Song, you know what that is. That's the blade, people. But I'm just kind of curious. See, it got his knees bent, so I can't really tell, if they're, the same exact figure. I mean, there's parts of me that wants to think it is just the same figure repainted. I will say some of the paint applications on this one is a little better, though, because you have this right here, that you have that detail there. Not big on the yellow eyes, but I can deal with that. I like the fact that you have the gray sheen throwing up through there. It almost feels lazy on that guy there, that we don't have that. The different color between the two. Honestly, I need to dig a picture up because I want to see which one is actually the more true version. Because in some ways, I remember him looking more like this than this. However, I'm not a big fan of that color red on this guy. That's definitely a Spawn, or this is kind of a Thor, I guess. Oh shit, nothing wants to stand up. Stay. So, pretty solid figure though. I mean, it's got some flaws. I'm gonna probably have to have some feet pegs to get him to stand properly because his ankles are not wanting to move. And I don't know, maybe he's been sitting on his guy come out in 2023. I don't know what the collector I bought him from did. I mean, he may not have even sat on a shelf. Typically they sit on a shelf, you can kind of tell, not because they're dusty or anything, but just because sometimes they have, you can tell if someone's posed them. I don't get the vibe that this guy has really been posed. I honestly wonder if somebody didn't find this guy at a Ross or an Ollie's or something, and then just fucking, open the pack. Because, I mean, hell, if you buy the pack for 30 bones, you got 5 figures in there, and you sell each one for $20, you could do pretty damn well, right? So, maybe that's what they did. But let's do some comparisons. So, this is the random, and pretty solid figure. I enjoy this guy. I like the fact that his glasses are sculpted on versus the slide-ons. The slide-ons, well, sometimes they're very cool. They just don't hold up as well over time. This is a solid fig. The only problem I have is his knee there seems to want to do them shits like he's boot, scoot, and boogie, something like that. But it's a solid figure. I'd have liked to seen some kind of little something to go in there. That would have been kind of cool, but hey, it is what it is. Sweet tattoos. Very much what I remember in the 90s. I dig it. I like it a lot. So that's your Mutant Liberation Force. But this is what we wanted to see, guys. Like, we wanted to see how he stands up next to his predecessor. So, for those of you that may or may not know, Stryfe is the clone of Nathan Daysprings, the Cable, right? So, what I've always been kind of curious about, and Monster, you and, Big Rob, you guys are the more Cable, what would I say, aficionados or experts, so to speak, than I am. So, if Stryfe is the genetic clone of Cable, and Cable's just OP-ass mutant that could just rule the world if he truly wanted to, if he didn't have to spend most of his energy battling his own body with a techno-organic virus. So this guy without the techno-organic virus. Why did this guy become a B-level villain after Executioner's Song? He was the bee's knees in Executioner's Song. Great villain. They killed him off. He returned because, like all great villains, we can't leave him dead, right? There's too much money on the table, as Jim Ross says. They brought him back, and then when they brought him back, he just kind of became a jobber in the terms of the wrestling world ever since. He's had some pretty decent stories. I remember a good story in the X-Force run, one of the more current X-Force runs. It was probably 10 years ago now, but Clayton Crane done the art, great artist. It always looks painted. But I do remember it. But it was a alternate future deal. It had Apocalypse, and then I think it wound up leading to the death of that Apocalypse, and that's when like Warren took a death seed and become the new Apocalypse, and it just kind of led to a whole lot of mess. But I don't really remember how his story played out in that. I do kind of remember at some point he just getting rubbed out again, so to speak, and that's probably the most substantial story I remember with him after Executioner Song. Honestly, I know he done some bullshit where like he was in hell and Darkheart let him battle Warpath and in the spiritual realm and for possible control of Warpath's body, and then somehow Warpath beat him. Yeah, that's where we're at, people. Warpath beat OP, mind controlling mutant. Yeah, with TK, all the good stuff. But that ain't what you're not here for a history lesson. You're here to see these damn toys, right? So as you can see, this cable is substantially shorter. But in fairness, while they got his arm really good on that figure, not real big on the blue and yellow coloring. Okay, I thought they both could have been a little darker. I'm going to say he's like substantially shorter. He is, but not like ridiculous levels than this guy here. I mean, it's not like, a few inches matter. Ask the ladies. It is VT day. VD day. But, how about these two here? Where do they stand? Now, I know. Okay. We go to judging back to back. The crown of the whatever that is. So they're about the same height. So, okay. Done a good job. He's got better stubble than this cable. I will say this is probably, without a doubt, the best version of cable they have done in Marvel Legends. Aside from this arm here. You could have had that arm on this cable. He's kind of got skinny arms. He got this big hulking body and this little skinny ass arms. Did they reuse a Deathlock arm for that? Is that why we're looking like that? This figure also is one that Monster hooked me up with. He found up in he got a really nice toy shop up there, or collector's market or whatever you want to call it, so to speak. I'm sure he'll drop a comment below and let us know the name of it. But they do. Yeah, I got dust on my shelf, people. They do pretty fair prices. Now, apparently these guys are supposed to be glued, and they're no longer glued. That sucks ass. I just realized that. But, hey. You live by the figure, you die by the figure. I'm sure it's a deal where the weight of that gun has, over time, I wish he had some alternate hands. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Monster did hook me up with this guy here. He got him at a really good price too. That store does some amazing prices on loose figures. So if you sometimes can't find it in a manageable price on the secondary market, Monster has the hookup up there. So as you can see, we got the Cable family. And then we got the Mutant Liberation Front there. So drop a comment below, people. Let me know what you guys think. Are you even a fan of Stryfe? I mean, how many Strifers do we got out there? Let me know who's a big Strifer, who enjoyed Executioner Song. And did I miss a story? Tell me if there's a story that your boy Hassel might have overlooked at some point. Or maybe I read it and I just don't remember it. But that being said, guys, let's get back to my beautimous face. Alright, we're back to this mug right here, people. I know this is the money maker and what you truly came to see. Not really, but it's what it is, people. So drop some comments below. Let me know what you guys think of the 2023 Marvel Legends Stryfe. Did you go in for him initially? Did you buy him on the secondary market? How did you go about him? Did you not get him, or does he just not tickle your fancy, so to speak? Drop some comments below. Let me know. Interact with us, guys. That's how we grow. That's how we like to know who's watching, who's not watching, and how we like to determine who's going to win some future giveaways. That's how we do it, people. Don't ever forget our guys over at Stay Weird Network. Show our Stay Weird Network family some love, whether it be good old Chris Daly of Fueled by Weird. And don't forget, he also has Fueled by Music on Stay Weird Network. Or what about our boy, Big Rob, a Big Rob's House of Entertainment and No Chinese Food? What about that guy there? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share them as well as us here at the Nerdy Man Room Show channel. Hassel's Review, Card Subject to Change, Hassel's Review, Top 5, Hassel's Hidden Gems. We got it all, people. We got a little bit of everything. It's a whole lot of hassle. Maybe it's because I'm a big fat guy. I don't know. Maybe I got too much damn time on my hands. Drop a comment below. Let me know what shows you enjoy the most, what segments you like, so that me and Monster and Big Rob know how to move forward, guys. But until then, it's the Mutant Liberation Front.
Garments, top rope, catch a vibe, catch a foot when I drive. Big